So beyond just having a real estate asset and getting into private equity, private credit, and private real estate plays a much larger role in the entire economy. Actually, it's the largest global asset in the world, right? The whole world's total asset base, if you look at all the companies and you add them all up, you look at all of the loans and you add them all up, real estate makes up the largest global asset base of the whole thing. With that comes a lot of opportunities, and you have a lot of opportunities at the kind of more local level as well, because it's not just about the big numbers. It's about where do you target and how do you find the type of opportunity that makes sense for you as an investor, right? So like I said before, you have the equity-like appreciation that you can be targeting. So you're forcing appreciations through building something or getting new tenants in or figuring out other ways that you can improve the property value itself. Or if you're income focused, you can then start to look at, okay, how do I improve my recurring income? How do I get into something that's already built and start to generate returns on an annual basis? So creating that cash flow that can help you with either your lifestyle or with taking that money and reinvesting it into other things. So real estate has such a large global role, and you have so many different avenues that you can get into that's why it's my favorite asset class. Real estate being what it is, there have already been, and as big as it is, there have already been shifts globally and nationally here in the US where the big institutions, that's the insurance companies, that's the pension funds, that's BlackRock, and all the other companies and the big names that you hear in the news all the time. Those institutions have already started making the moves to go from the 60-40 portfolio to the 50-30-20, and they're looking at specific types of real estate assets that they can get into and start to force appreciation. And they can allocate those percentages into the real estate where they're creating downside risk protection, right? Because they have these pensions that they need to repay. So they have to be risk mitigated, but they also have an obligation to try to beat the market because that's really their mandate, right? So the institutions are allocating more than 10% of their portfolio to real estate. And what are the individuals doing? Right now, on an individual level, people are investing less than 3% of their portfolio into real estate. So when people are wondering, why do the rich get richer and the poor get poorer or stay the same? It's because they're not making the same decisions. The institutions are making the moves, and the individuals should be following as quickly as they can if they want to keep up. So really, everything that I've been studying for the last 10 plus years is figuring out how do institutions make their decisions? Why are they moving their money in a certain way? How can I copy those methods and then help educate other people and help them apply those same methods to grow their portfolios? So that's why I've started 4K Asset Management, and why I'm putting out this educational content is to help all the individual people understand what the institutional playbook is and how they can start to get into the same sorts of assets and start to beat the market.
This video is for educational and informational purposes only. It is not investment, financial, legal, tax, or accounting advice. Nothing in this video constitutes an offer to sell or a solicitation of an offer to buy any securities or investment product. Any offering, if made, will be made only through official offering documents and in accordance with applicable law. Any examples, projections, or assumptions are illustrative only and not guarantees of future performance. Past performance is not indicative of future results. Investing involves risk, including possible loss of principal. Real estate and private investments may be speculative and illiquid and may not be suitable for all investors. You should conduct your own due diligence and consult your own licensed advisors before making any investment decision. The presenter and affiliated entities may have financial interests in investments discussed. All information is provided as is with no warranties as to accuracy or completeness.